Chapter 2, Text. Giving meaning to your words. Alright, now that we've learned how to structure a page, it's time to make your words shine. In this chapter, we're going to explore how text in HTML works from headings to paragraphs, and even those tiny details that give your writing meaning. Let's get started. In this chapter, we'll dive into how to add markup to text so it looks neat, readable, and meaningful on your web page. You'll learn about two main types of markup. Structural markup. These are the elements you'll use to organize your text into headings, paragraphs, and sections. They help you control how your content is arranged on the page. Semantic markup. This gives extra meaning to your text. For example, showing which words are emphasized, marking quotations or citations, or identifying acronyms and important terms. It tells browsers and readers more about how to interpret the content, not just how it looks. Alright, now that we've learned how to build the structure of a web page, let's talk about something you see on every site. Headings. These are what give your page a clear hierarchy, like a title, subtitles, and smaller sections underneath. In HTML, we have 6 levels of headings from H1 all the way down to H6. Think of H1 as the main headline, the biggest, boldest one on your page. Then H2 works like a subheading under it. If you have sections under that, you go smaller H3, H4, and so on. Basically, H1 is the boss, and H6 is the quiet intern. When you open your web page in a browser, each heading tag shows up in a different size. H1 appears largest, and H6 the smallest. Now, the exact sizes can look a bit different depending on your browser or screen settings, and yes, viewers can adjust their text size too. Alright, now let's talk about paragraphs in HTML. The real heroes of readable content. A paragraph is simply a chunk of text that talks about one idea. When you start a new thought, you start a new paragraph just like you would when writing in Word or Google Docs. To create a paragraph in HTML, wrap your text inside an opening P tag and a closing /P tag. By default, browsers display every paragraph on a new line with a bit of space above and below it, keeping your content neat and readable. Bold and italic text in HTML. When you want certain words to stand out you can make them bold by placing them inside the B and /B tags. The B element tells the browser, hey, this part is important, make it pop visually. But remember, it doesn't add any special meaning to the text. It just changes how it looks. Alright, let's give your text a little attitude. The B tag is what we use to make certain words appear bold. Perfect for key points or things you want people to notice right away. Just wrap the word or phrase between B and /B and boom. Instant emphasis. But remember, the B tag doesn't change the meaning of your text. It just makes it stand out visually. For example, this product comes with a 2-year warranty. See. Now that's something worth noticing. Italics in HTML. The I tag is used to make words appear italicized. It is often used for text that should be emphasized or visually distinct, such as foreign words, technical phrases, thoughts, or names of creative works. While the I element changes how text looks, it also suggests that the enclosed words have a slightly different tone or context than the surrounding text. By surrounding text with the I and /I tags, you can make it appear italic. The I element is typically used for expressions that need to stand out from the regular flow, such as titles, internal thoughts, or scientific names. Superscript and subscript in HTML. The sup and sub elements are used to display text slightly above or below the regular line of type. These tags help present scientific, mathematical, or reference-based information in a readable and structured way. The sup element, superscript, raises text above the baseline, often used for powers, ordinal indicators, like 1, 2, or mathematical notations. The sub-element, subscript, lowers text below the baseline, commonly used in chemical formulas, footnotes, and detailed scientific expressions. The sup tag is used to position text above the normal line, such as mathematical powers or date suffixes like 3 sup road /sup. The sub tag places text below the baseline, useful in writing chemical formulas or notes. White space in HTML. To make their code more readable, web developers often add extra spaces or place elements on new lines. However, when a browser encounters multiple spaces in a row, it only displays a single space. Likewise, if a line break appears in the code, the browser treats it as just one space. This behavior is called white space collapsing. Developers often make use of this feature to neatly indent their code, making it easier to understand and maintain. Line breaks and horizontal rules. Line breaks. Normally, browsers start a new line only when a new paragraph or heading is created. However, if you want to break a line within the same paragraph, you can use the break tag. It forces the text to move to the next line without starting a new paragraph. Horizontal rules. When you want to show a clear separation between ideas or sections, like a new topic in an article or a scene change in a story, you can use the horizontal rules tag. This tag creates a horizontal line across the page, helping readers visually sense a shift in content. The horizontal rules element is one of the few that doesn't need both opening and closing tags. Tags like this are called empty elements. They stand alone. It's a good habit to write them with a space and a / before the closing bracket, like this. Although modern browsers will still understand horizontal rules, the self-closing version is cleaner and more standard. Coming up next, visual editors and their code views. We'll explore how visual editors let you design web pages like a pro, even if you're just starting out. If you're enjoying these lessons, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next creative chapter in your HTML journey.